How's it going, everyone? Chase Moss here at the Golf Academy at Horseshoe Bay, and today we're going to talk about the importance of weight distribution and ball position on a lot of various shots around the golf course. So let's get right into it. The main point of today's video is to really reiterate how important it is to load our left side when hitting shots that are less than full swings. We can get away with a little bit of sway, not to say that it's what we necessarily want, but we can get away with it if it's a full swing with longer clubs such as driver, 3-wood. You can get away with it, but it's really difficult to make consistent contact, control our distances and flights if we have a lot of lateral movement in less than full shots. So we're going to go through a couple of different shots today and make sure that we have the proper weight distribution and ball position for those shots. First shot we've got here is just a very standard pitch shot. We've got about 20, maybe 20 yards here. I'm going to make sure that I've got that ball about middle of my stance. I've got a 60 degree here, about middle of my stance. I'm going to make sure that I load about 70% of the weight on the left side. And then the other important part of this is making sure that when I do load, I'm not then moving my weight off of that lead side. So I've got 70% here. I'm not going 70% to my right side. I'm keeping 70% on my left side through the entirety of the swing, then even increasing it as I come through the ball. So something like this. I've got 70% here, maintain it, keep it over there, just like that. The next shot is a nice high soft lob shot over treble. So in our case, we've got a bunker in the way. We've got to fly that bunker, have it land nice and soft on that green to a short flag. So the difference between this and our normal pitch shot is I'm going to put that ball more forward in my stance, pretty close to my front foot. I'm going to open the club face. I'm going to turn my body just a little bit left to accommodate that club face being open. And then I'm going to put, if I had 70% of my weight on my front side for the pitch shot, I'm going to put about 80% here because that ball is more forward. If I were to set up 50-50, I'm going to make contact with that ground way back here. So I've got to put a lot of weight on my front side to make sure I get back to the golf ball. And then same thing as the pitch shot. Load up this left side, maintain it, not swaying off of it or even falling back. 80%, and then I'm going to even increase on my way through. Just like that. Now we've got the bunker shot. So very similar in setup to kind of the high soft lob shot. We're going to have that ball a little bit forward in our stance. I'm going to open my stance just a little bit because I'm going to open that club face. And I'm going to have about 70 to 80%, closer to 80% of that weight on my front side and maintaining that because I don't want to fall back, hit the sand back here and have it bounce into the ball or never even get to the ball. So I'm going to go 80%, open that club face with a lot of speed through this one to get it out of the sand. Just like that. The next shot here is the punch out shot. As you can see, we've got a little bit of tree trouble, and my biggest concern is making sure that I keep it low enough so it doesn't catch these limbs up here. I'm not looking for a ton of distance, I'm just trying to get it back out and play, make sure I don't hit these branches. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play that ball about middle to back of my stance, and I've got a 7-iron here for this shot. Middle to back of my stance, load that front side up about 70-80%. Make sure that my hands come along with my body. So not putting my hands back here behind the ball, but they're gonna go with my body as I put my weight forward. And then same thing, maintaining that pressure and even increasing to about 90% on my front side as I hit the shot, not falling back and scooping at it, making sure that I continue through my left side as I hit this ball. So 80%, hands come with me, maintain and increase. Just like that. I mean, didn't get more than a few feet off the ground, but it scooted out of there nicely, got me back out into play, got me some distance, all things we want to see. The last shot is the 3/4 iron shot, whether we're trying to take the flight down a little bit, if we're playing into the wind, or if we're just trying to take some distance off of it. This is how we hit that shot. So I've got a 7-iron here, and depending on whether or not I'm trying to just take some distance off or flight it down, that's what's gonna determine our ball position. So if I'm just trying to take a little bit of distance off, I'd play it where I normally would a 7-iron, which is about a ball ahead of middle of my stance. If I'm trying to flight it down, I'd play it either middle of my stance or even a ball back of middle of my stance. For this instance, I'm just going to take some distance off of it. So I'm going to play it about where I would a normal 7-iron. But I'm going to make sure again that I load this left side up. I've got about 65, maybe 70% of weight on this side. I'm going to maintain that weight. I'm not going to allow it to shift or shift as I'm coming down into the ball on my back foot. I'm going to maintain it all the way through, even increase it as I finish to about 90% on my front side. Same thing is sort of the punch out shot. I want my hands to come with me. I don't want my hands fighting against my body and going backwards. So if my weight and my body goes forward, my hands got to come with me. So we go 70%, hands are with me, maintain that pressure, even increase on the way through. Perfect, just like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to book a clinic or a lesson, links will be down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching.